my way down to a place called MJ Butcher's to get some meat, and then I'm going to go to Woolies and get my pickup order, and I'll come back and I'll show you what we take away with us for eats during our camping trip. I got 4 pork sausages, 4 steak skewer kebabby things, and 4 lamb chops. Too bad. And the meat at MJ Butcher's is pretty good. Right, I'm home from Woolies, so let's see how good they have been at being able to provide the right stuff. For breakfasts, we've got some yogurt and some clusters that I've got in the pantry already, so we take some stuff from the pantry. I bought some pizza bases, some mozzarella cheese, pizza sauce. We might only take a sachet of that or 2. So we've got that, and some ham that we can make pizzas. I've purchased up, I'll do some cheese sandwiches. We can do some salad sandwiches for lunches. I've got some lamb chops there which we can have with our veggies. Jeff's home. We can have egg sandwiches. We've got some chicken loaf there for sandwiches. We can make up some platters with that, with the olives. Chicken wings here. Should get mixed up with the smoky barbecue.
They won't let me talk.
And the Ritz, some things and some treats. I know, I am. And in here we've got the skewers and bits. So lots. And you'll see all this. Everyone cares about food, Jeff.
Care about food? Leave a comment below. 'Cause I don't.
I do. So
Get in my belly.
This will be put into meals, and we'll show you. Good camp cooking.
I prepare the chicken wings by cutting them down into niblets and then adding some of the marinade sauce.
I might double bag it. These aren't that strong, to be honest. I'm a bit worried about it leaking through the fridge. Ta-da! One Friday night dinner. Chicken wings.
So now it's time to get the van onto the car. First thing we need to do is prop those 2 legs up that we have down when we have it in storage. I've seen people use a drill attachment in some of the bigger vans. Unfortunately, we'd need a very long extended one, so we have to go the old way. And the exercise of lining up the tow ball is made so much easier with reversing cameras, although I am there to offer some support where needed.
Keep going. Inch more. Yep. It's gonna have to go forward a bit. Not much.
Or maybe not, we needed to go forward an inch more.
Work.
So once latched onto the tow ball with the pin attached, it's time to put the jockey wheel up in a safe position. And then attach the safety chains to the car using the D-links. Once all hooked up, we then undo the handbrake on the van, and I take out one of the chocks and pop it in the back because we'll use that when we're away. And once we make sure that all lights are working and everything's being packed in, we're on our way. We do have electric brakes fitted to our vehicle to also maintain safety whilst on the road. I may show that in a later video. So where are we going? We are on our way up to Scamander again. We love it up there. And lucky for us, it was a great day, so the east coast looked beautiful. This was filmed on the 6th of January and the road was incredibly busy, and so too were the little towns that we passed through. A lot of caravans, a lot of cars, and you really had to keep your wits about you on the road. It is just over a 3-hour drive to Scamander from Hobart, and we were pretty happy when we finally got there. Backing the van into sites at caravan parks is always interesting, depending on where you're staying. It took us a couple of goes as the turning circle wasn't that great, and we were trying to get as close as possible as we could to the taps and drain. The sites here at Scamander are all grassed and quite flat and level, so that's always a bonus.
No, don't go too much further back.
Levelling a van is important for a couple of reasons. The first thing is that the appliances inside run a lot better, particularly your fridge when it's in a level state. The other thing is that you get a better sleep because you don't feel like you're rolling toward one end of the bed or the other. Like I said, these sites are pretty level, so we didn't need to get out the chocks or the ramps to level up the van. First thing I do is take out the annex. Our annex is a very heavy canvas annex. We find that it's fantastic, particularly with the weather that gets thrown at it here in Tasmania. We've had this on in pouring rain and wind, and it has worked an absolute treat for us. I need to put the annex up before the actual roof and sides of the van go up, and for me the annex is a two-person job, but I am actually thinking of a fix of this, and I'll film it on our next trip and show you. The sides of the annex slit into two rails on top of the van, and there is a flap, and I do have another idea for that as well, so more sharing to come. At the moment that's held down with Velcro where the actual rail can't go because of the way that it sits when it's closed. So here we're just taking things out of the van, making sure that the shower tank gets put up, flooring's down, that kind of thing.
You can come with me for a minute. Right. We're going into the van. I'll set you up here. Alright, so under the bed. We've got some switches down here.
All switches except battery charger on.
We actually had a little bit of a leak in our hot water pipes last time we stayed in a caravan park, so we're hoping that that isn't going to be an issue. We'll wait and see how it's over here. This is the 12-volt water, so it can come up through the sink, so we leave that off unless we're using it. And this is their control for the air conditioning and heat pump, which runs off electric only, not solar. This also needs to be plugged into caravan, otherwise it doesn't work.
Now our fridge is a three-way fridge, which means that it can either run from electricity, or it can run by gas, or if you're travelling you can have it connected via an Anderson plug, which will run off the battery as you're travelling. The dial that I'm playing with here is how you would set it to electricity, gas or Anderson. The little green and white indicator next to it is for the gas. It lets you know when the gas is lit and it's working. The next two buttons are how you get your fridge to go. So you push it in to get the gas flowing through, and the other button is to light the gas. And the big dial on the right hand side is the setting of the temperature of your fridge. We usually put it up really high for the first part of the day and then lower it.
So under the bed there's an antenna, there's a little table. I'll get that one out actually. We have a fan there. I have a big, where the quilt came, it had one of those covers, and I filled that in with some extra linen and some towels. We've got a heater under here as well, and there's another table there to hold the Weber, so that's kind of what's in there. And in here we've got all our hoses and ramps and bits and pieces, but I don't need to go into that part of it. I can put this down. I've just been busy putting up the shower toilet tent. Nice work there, buddy. You're the toilet guy, I'll give you that. And then, hey?
Have you got the chemicals?
Yeah, the chemicals are inside. I'll get them out in a second. Alright, around this side of the van. So we've unhooked. And so far just got the power hooked in, so we haven't hooked in the hose yet, which we'll do shortly. and that's hooked in over there. So we largely set up, Jeff's still stuffing around with the toilet. Got all our chairs out, talking, and it's time for lunch. So I bought these from MJ's yesterday, as you would have seen. Check them out. Yum, yum, yum. These are going to go on the webs for a bit of lunch.
G'day guys, Jeff here from Candid Tourist. Well, not really, but the other side of Alison. I just wanted to tell a quick little story. We're up
The
here.
dark side of the moon.
The dark side of the moon. We're up here camping at Scamander, east coast of Tasmania, and a day ago or so, a car drove past and stopped, and this young lady jumped out and she said, "It's a Hilux and an A-van. Are you guys Candid Tourists?" And thank you for doing that, because it's absolutely fantastic when people do that. And I think her name was Nicola.
Nicole, I think.
Nicole or Nicola? Sorry if we got that wrong. From Rosetta.
No, New Norfolk.
Yeah, no, originally from New Norfolk.
Okay,
now from
sorry,
Rosetta.
sorry.
But the funniest thing is, and I hope you've got a photo of this, Al had her back to her and turned around because she had a face mask on and a massager and a beer, and it would have frightened the living bloody crap out of you. So I'm really sorry about that. Have you got a photo? You can insert that now of Al with a face mask on, and yeah, pretty.
It was pretty
scary.
funny.
But thank you very much, and yeah, it was very nice of you to pull over and say hello. Thank you.
And just adding on to what Jeff said, it is lovely when you get recognised for putting videos out there on YouTube, and it doesn't happen very often, and when it does, it's just a real pleasure. So thank you, Nicole, for dropping by. Nicola. Nicole. Jesus. for dropping by, being brave enough to say hi, because I really, really appreciated it.
Even though she looked like a demon.
Even though I look like a demon.
In our next video, we're going to be taking you around some of the sites and hikes around Scamander. So stick around, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next video.